You are listening to You Made Me Do It to Them, a psychological thriller by Tamara L. Adams, narrated by Tamara L. Adams. Chapter 1. My office phone buzzes. Yes, Vicky? There's a Miss Jules Dangard here to see you? Yes, let her in. In walks a petite, young redhead with long curly hair. She looks better than when I first saw her in jail. Even then it was obvious she was good-looking, but now she's stunning. Thank you so much, Mr. Larson, for offering to represent me for free. You don't know what a huge relief this is. It's my pleasure. Of course I know. Lawyers are expensive, and great ones like me cost even more. I shrug. Call me Brock. I'm glad to do it. I like to be of help to those who need it most. These cheesy lines gets to everyone, even the most skeptical. People love a do-gooder. Pretend to be that for them. I do need it. I swear I hardly ever drink, and this time I barely had more than normal. I'm usually so good about not drinking too much. She bites her lip. We all make small mistakes and shouldn't have to pay for them for the rest of our lives, am I right? She was way over the limit, but I'm not here to openly judge her. I'm supposed to help her. Sometimes they help me in return. The grateful ones do. Sit, let's discuss next steps. She sits down across from my desk. Will I go to jail? I was in jail when they pulled me over, but if they convict me, would I get real jail time? She rambles. I shake my head. No, none of my DUI clients have ever been sent to jail. Let me explain how it goes. There's no need to be worried. I've got this. She breathes a sigh of relief. Convincing this one will be easy. She's young and impressionable. Thank you so much, she says. So this is what'll happen. Since you have a clean driving record, I'll approach the district attorney and tell him to reduce the charges down to reckless driving instead of the DUI charge. This will lower the severity of the case, and you will walk away with the reckless driving on your record and will have to pay the fine. The DUI will be dropped and no one will ever know what happened. I give her my smug, arrogant smile. Some women eat that shit up. Really? You can do that? Get the charges lowered? Sure can. I do it every time with the first DUI cases. The courts are packed with cases. District attorneys don't want to go to court for the small ones, and the judges would rather keep everything settled out of court. Everyone wins, and with this deal, you still get some form of punishment, so they feel like that's enough. She's speechless for a moment. Do I still need to go to court? Not the brightest bulb on the tree, but she's a beauty. No, I'll do this out of court and get back to you with the results. Shouldn't be more than a day or two. In the end, the most you'll have to do is pay a fine, which you can do online and tell your insurance the result. Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I was convinced I was going to go to jail or get my license taken away or something really bad. Tears fill her eyes. You are the best attorney ever. She leans across the desk and takes my hand. It's nothing. No, this is everything to me. I'm just about done with college. I can't have something like this on my record or ruining my life. I really appreciate what you're doing for me. I feel like I should be paying you or doing something to repay you. She's going to make this way too easy. Not necessary. It's my job and I love doing it. You're very good at it. Still, I'm good at baking or sewing. I need to do something to thank you for rescuing me. Well, there is one thing I've been missing in my life lately, but I hate to ask. It's a bit much. Gotta ease my way into this. Anything, you name it, I'll do it. I owe you my future. It's a little bit outside of the normal favor realm. That's fine. Part of me wishes she'd make this a little harder. She's so willing to repay me, she's not even questioning my words. So innocent. As you know, I'm a busy lawyer. I work more than 60 hours a week just on paying cases, then add at least 10 hours onto that for pro bono work I do, and well, it doesn't leave much time for love life or even life for that matter. That must be hard, she nods. It is, and the dating apps are so exhausting and it's hard to find a good partner at the bar anymore, so I get lonely. I bet you do that would be lonely. She's still so clueless. It is. I miss the comfort and affection of another human being. I miss the physical closeness, if you know what I mean. I do. Life can be rough alone. That's where you come in. You see, I'm in the need of some relief, and going it alone doesn't always cut it. You understand what I'm saying? I gestured to myself. I'm not sure if I'm following. Are you asking me out on a date? Her face is full of confusion. Not exactly. I'm hoping that you're thankful enough to help me with some sexual release. It takes her a good minute, but finally what I'm saying registers. Oh, her eyes grow wide. You see, It's been a while since I've had a date, and I work hard, and in order to make more time for myself and to be able to take care of cases like yours, it'd be nice to get a little help on that affection front. That is, if you truly do want to thank me, and of course, that would leave me time to finish resolving your case. First she shows shock, then horror, then understanding appears on her face. Okay. I give her my kindest smile. You are amazing. You truly don't know how great this is and how much I appreciate your kindness. This will for sure get me more time to spend on your case. Really, this is going to help you as much as it helps me. I stand up and unbuckle my pants and pull them down just enough to sit back down. Her face goes white and endorphins rush through my body. Knowing they are not completely into this makes the whole experience even more powerful, heightens the orgasm. She hesitates, then realizes she doesn't have a choice. She offered. Not really, but kind of. Doing this is the only way to ensure that this DUI goes away. She can move on with her life. I'm doing her a huge favor, and this is the only way to repay me. I lean back and close my eyes. She grabs a shaft and gets to work. Women usually either try their absolute best to get me to finish early so they can just be done, or they half-ass it, which always makes me last much longer, so they have to endure it entirely too long. She starts out slow and doesn't seem like she's trying, but she either gets into it or realizes she's got to do a little better to get me to come. It still takes 20 minutes, but her efforts work, and I finish in her mouth. She swallows, wipes her mouth, and stands up. That was great. Thanks. You've helped me out so much. Yeah, sure. Can I go now? She looks a little green. I don't want her to get sick in my office. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow or the next day with next steps. Okay. Then she leaves. I get back to work, extra energy and more relaxed than before. Chapter 2. I'm on my way to the jail for another pro bono case, and off to court after that for a boring embezzlement case. All I know is the woman in jail was caught with meth in her possession. Enough for an intent to sell charge, not that it takes much for that. Traffic is light, so I get there in 10 minutes. Hello there, Officer Bynes. I lay it on thick with her, 'cause she is the one who assigns cases to lawyers. Looking good today. Thank you, Brock. I did lose a few pounds this past week. You can definitely tell you're radiant and glowing with energy. The lies come out so easy. I am more energetic. It's too bad for me you're married. He found a good one. You're too much. Her face flushes. Miss Wilson is in room 6. She's had a rough night. I held the paper bag in the air. I came prepared. The usual sub and a soda should help some. She shakes her head. You're the sweetest lawyer I've ever known. Not many will bring anything to their clients, especially ones that haven't even paid them. I'm a good guy. Try to do the right thing. Everyone needs a little help. You do more than help. You give hope, comfort, and results to these people when they're in need of it most. If I ever need a lawyer, you're the first person I'm going to. I grin. You're too much of a rule follower to ever need a lawyer, but I'll be here if you ever do. She's not actually a rule follower. I've convinced her to bend the rules a bit and give me the cases involving women. I told her I was raised by a single mother and that I have a huge respect for women and would hate for a lawyer to take advantage of the situation these women are in. She ate it all up and has given me a majority of female clients since. Most of the time they're young, but not always. In the end, I get my share of the young, pretty ones, all thanks to my flirting with Officer Bynes. I head to the room. Bringing food is not technically against the rules since I'm her lawyer, but some clerks could tell me not to bring it in or search it. Officer Bynes trusts me and never asks or searches my bag. The clients automatically are in my debt and grateful. Plus, most of the time they let their guard down quicker if they feel I'm kind and on their side. I've never once had a client question why I bring it. Poor souls are usually too desperate for help to get out of jail. They just assume I'm a saint. Works every time. I open the door. Hello, Miss Wilson. How are you today? Not great, to be honest. She motions around the room. I understand. This has been a rough night for you. Are you hungry? I brought a sandwich and soda. I put the bag on the table. Her face wears shock, then melts to appreciation. Thank you. That's very nice. I figure the food here sucks and you need a little comfort while you're stuck. Do you know how long I'll be in here? Most likely you'll get a hearing tomorrow morning. There your case will be discussed and bail will be set. Then you'll need an official court date to determine your final punishment. Bail? What if I don't have any money? You must have some money. At most, it will cost you $500 to $1,000. Sure, you can get that. I have nothing. But you had money for the drugs. Well, that wasn't mine. That's what they all say, but we both know it is. You have enough drugs there to last 2 weeks, or most likely to sell. Let me guess. You were given the drugs with the purpose to sell, and then you get paid in drugs. No, I swear I didn't know that stuff was there. I know you're lying to me. I'm a lawyer. You need to be honest with me. It's the only way I can help you. Let me tell you how this will go. You're going to tell me the entire truth. Everything. That way I can figure out the best way to lower your sentence. You leave things out, and I get blindsided with information in court, and it won't end well for you. It never does when you lie. As your lawyer, I can't tell anyone if you admit to anything you don't want others to know. Attorney-client privilege, remember? So can we please cut the bullshit and get to the truth? It'll save both of us some time and for sure get you a lower sentence. She hangs her head down. Okay, yeah, I get drugs to sell, then I bring back the money and I get some drugs and a bit of cash back. So it was only meth that you had. Yes, about 12 1-gram bags of it. Okay, good to know. That amount will initially get you charges of up to 10,000 fines and 2 years in jail. Her head pops up. I can't go to jail that long. I have 3 kids. Jeez, what kind of mother gets herself into this mess? The judge won't care about that, but let me finish. I am a great lawyer. I will get that charge lowered to a simple possession, which will lower the fines to $1,000 maximum in the end and 6 months of probation. I don't have money like I told you. The court will allow you to create a payment plan, so you only pay $100 a month till it's paid off. Or if we get the right judge, I can convince him to force you into rehab instead of a fine, but you will still get the probation. Probation will just be reporting to an officer and possibly submitting to random drug tests. If you accept the rehab, that will help you get clean and pass the drug test. Do you think you could be able to stay clean? I'll try. Look, I'm going to be honest. You keep down this road and you'll lose your kids. You will end up in jail for much longer and you might even die. Possibly your kids see you doing this and are traumatized by this life and they themselves turn to drugs as teenagers or worse. Your lifestyle causes them physical harm. Do you really want that for your kids? Are the drugs really worth losing them? Honestly, Tina, you need to think seriously about this. This is your moment in time to move past this and get better, improve your life, get clean, get a job, get your shit together, and keep it together for you and your kids. Don't you want that? People like her are a mess, and hardly any of them get clean, but I push hard anyways. I do. I really do. It's just so hard. I know, life is hard. I grew up in a bad home early on in my life, but my mom got her crap together and gave her and I a better life. And look at me now. So I have experienced some of your life and know it's worth it in the end to suffer through it now. This is a complete lie, but these kinds of stories always inspire the weak. You can do this. You are a tough woman, right? Don't you have faith in yourself to do this for your kids? She nods. I do. I am. I'll do this. I'll take the rehab and get better. I'm not sure I believe her, but for now it's the best I can do. Great. So you find out later today when your arraignment is. They will escort you to court, and I promise you I will be there for it all. Now about the bail. You have 0 cash, right? What about things to pawn or sell? You have a house or a car? I do have a car, but it's 10 years old. I rent an apartment. Maybe an old TV is all I got at home? What a pitiful excuse for a woman. But she's good looking. Long brown hair, long legs, and not too bad of a figure. Sometimes these are the women that give me the most because they feel like they owe me the most, and they do. I go above and beyond for them, so I milk it for all it's worth. Okay? I'm going to go out on a limb for you and do this one time, but you have to make me a promise. If I pay the bail, you promise you'll attend all your court hearings, complete rehab, and stay clean during probation, but hopefully for good. Can you promise me that? Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Mr. Larson. You're a godsend. I shrug. I'm here to help, but I know I'm a goddamn hero for most of these people. A hero who's going to get plenty back in payment. Chapter 3. Days in court are some of my favorite. I like the thrill of the fight, going back and forth with the prosecution, winning arguments. It's intoxicating and an adrenaline rush. I need that rush, that thrill. It's kind of like a drug for me. One of many. Today, it's for one of my paying cases. These are usually more thrilling. People pay big bucks to get out of the messes they make themselves. I get to debate my way into a win. Henry was stupid and got caught pawning off stuff he stole from a few houses that had been robbed in his neighborhood. Dumbass. They should know that they need to go a few towns over to sell that shit if they don't want to get caught. I've told them as much since he became my client. Your witness, the judge motions to me. Thank you, Your Honor. I turn to the man. Officer Hill, do you have any video recording that shows it is for sure my client stealing the items from the house? We do have video of some of the thefts. You've seen them, he scoffs. What I've seen is blur videos that show a person dressed in black with a mask on entering one house with no way to identify if that person is even a man or a woman. Another video showing another dark blurry video of a large shadow walking about a house, presumably taking things, but it isn't exactly clear. And the third video of a person walking away from another house holding an item that we have no idea what it is or where they came from and zero chance of even knowing the height of that person. And you want to tell me that it is 100% sure my client. We know it's him. We have the phone records of him in the vicinity of these houses during each theft. Ah, yes, you're referring to the records that show my client would most likely be located within a mile from each house you refer to, within a mile of the same exact area that he, of course, lives in. So you cannot definitively pinpoint his exact location. You can only narrow it down to an area just shy of a mile of which he lives in. Is that correct? You know he was in the area. His phone shows he was near each house. Yes, you already stated that, but you cannot for sure say he was inside these houses or even on the same block as these houses, correct? Correct, he mumbles. Were you able to get any matching fingerprints, shoe prints connected to my client to any of these so-called thefts? We did not ascertain that type of evidence, but he was caught selling the exact items that were stolen from 2 of the houses. How did he have that if he isn't the thief? Ah, I'm so glad you asked. This is a very important question to clarify. How does one attain items? I grin at the jury, loving this part of my job. The moment when I crush the entire case against my client in one full swoop and win the jury over. Let me explain. The ways you can procure such items. One can buy these items from another, one can be gifted these items from another, and one can find such items. Obviously, there are many other ways that these items can be obtained, but you get my meaning. My client has stated that he bought these items off of a homeless person that was wanting to make a quick buck. He sold these items to my client at a huge discount, so my client, being the savvy business person that he is, knew he would make a profit if he bought them at the low price, then proceeded to pawn them off. Little did he know that these items were stolen. How was he to know this? I shrug. He wouldn't. If the man was willing to steal these items, he was for sure not going to alert my client to the fact that he obtained them illegally. But he was never able to give a description that led to anyone finding this so-called homeless man, Officer Hill blurts out. Even though he is out of line, I'm actually glad he shouted this last detail out. Oh yes, the infamous sketch. The sketch that your department created off the description my client gave of the man he bought the items from. The man he only spoke to for about 5 minutes while he admittedly says he was intoxicated. This sketch, pull out a drawing of a generic-looking man to show the officer, then the jury. Yes, we never found any homeless man that fit the description or drawing. Can you tell me, Officer Hill, how many of your department's sketches lead to an arrest? I don't know that statistic. Good thing I do. Roughly 25% of your sketches in the past 10 years have led to you finding that exact person to match the drawing. That is quite a low number, wouldn't you say? I don't know, seems good to me. The national average is roughly 30%, so yours is even lower than that. Objection, the prosecution yells out. I'm hitting a nerve. Get to the point, the judge demands. Yes, Your Honor. My point is that most of the descriptions people give you of people from crimes they've witnessed does not lead to you finding that person. So it is not out of the realm of possibilities that you would not find the man my client spoke to. Actually, it is more likely that you will not find him. Witness testimony is very often not reliable. So really, the only evidence you have against my client is that he did in fact have items that were taken from house robberies of which he says he bought, which is not illegal on his part. You have zero other physical evidence to connect my client to these crimes, and yet you want to send him to prison on such minimal evidence. This does not seem like a very solid case, and may even appear as though you did not do a thorough enough job to catch the real criminal. Sounds like bad police work on your part. Objection, she yells again. I love getting Sandy all riled up. No further questions, Your Honor. I give the jury 1,000-watt smile and sit down. I have them right where I want them. Does the prosecution wish to redirect their witness? No, Your Honor. There's no way she's saving face after that shit show I made that officer look like. Defense, you may call your first witness. I stand up straight in full confidence. We have no witnesses, Your Honor. His face shows no reaction, but Sandy looks pleased. In this case, we will recess and reconvene at 9 tomorrow for closing statements. Bailiffs, Bailiff, release the jurors. He bangs the gavel. My client looks terrified. Are you sure I shouldn't testify? Doesn't that make me look guilty? I'm getting sick of him asking me this question. Trust me, Henry. I know what I'm doing. The prosecution has in no way presented enough evidence for the jury to call a guilty verdict. Plus, in all honesty, you are not the most believable guy, Henry. You get up there and let Scary Sandy drill you, and you're going to for sure look guilty. No, we have the jury right where we want them. Trust me. Okay. He does not look convinced, but he doesn't pay me to ease his anxiety. He pays me to win, and winning is what I intend to do. Got this, Henry. Go home, relax, iron your suit, come back tomorrow looking sharp and well-rested for when we win this case. And for the love of God, next time, don't get caught, because I won't be able to get you off a second time. Got it? Got it. You've got to meet another client, so I got to go. See you tomorrow, 8:45. Do not be late. I glared at him. He was almost late today. I won't, I promise. I'll take the earlier bus. Good. Judges have been known to hold people in contempt for throwing out cases for less. Got it. He rushes off, not wanting more lecturing. Why are criminals so dumb? I guess it's good for business that they are, but still, not the brightest pool of human. Chapter 4. I owe you big time. Henry shakes my hand. I know you said to trust you, and I was, but I also had some doubts. You really pulled it off, and I promised to be better. I promised to not steal anymore and try to keep myself out of trouble. Good to hear. I don't believe a word he says, but if it makes him feel better, I'll play along. I don't want to see you again. I force a chuckle, trying to make it sound like a joke, but I mean it. I don't want to have to defend this guy again, because if I did, I'd lose, and my stellar win record would be tarnished a little. Of course, I haven't won every case I've ever had, but I've won most, and I like to brag about it as often as I can. Can't have some loser like this tilting the scale on the wrong side. See ya. I grab my briefcase and head out. Today's my meeting with Tina, and I'm looking forward to it. I was able to post her bail, and we face the judge next week. I want to go over the details of what she needs to say in court so she's prepared for any scenario. Plus, she owes me one or more, like a few. I'm going to get some of that payment today. I considered meeting her at her house instead of my office, but then remembered she has kids, and I want nothing to do with kids or even want them around me. I never get what I want with a herd of hellions running around. Part of me wanted to convince Vicky to take a long lunch or move my meetings to late this afternoon when she's gone home, but Tina could only meet at noon, and it's not worth the effort. It's nice to not worry about making too much noise when she's out of the office, but the thrill of getting caught can also be a huge turn-on. So it's a toss-up as to what's really better. Hey Vicky, will you order lunch to be delivered at 1, the usual from Dan's Deli, and order something for yourself? That is nice of you. I will have it delivered here at 1 on the dot. Thanks, Tina. The client I told you about will be arriving soon, so just send her in, and please hold all my calls and don't disturb us. She's got limited time, so we need to hunker down and get things done. Sure thing. I head to my office and send up a couple emails before Tina opens my door. Mr. Larson? Come in. Please call me Brock. Okay. Sit down, let's get to it. I know you have limited time, so I'll tell you the plan first, then if you have questions, we can go over those after, okay? Okay. She's still timid. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. We'll see. All right. On Monday, you need to be there before 9 in the morning. The best would be 8:50. Early is better than late, all right? Can you do that? Yes, my kids head off to school by 8. I can be there. Good. Then he's going to see what the charges are and ask you how you plea. Lucky for you, I was able to get the prosecution to lower your charges to a simple possession charge. Her eyes go wide. You did? Oh my God, thank you so much. This is amazing. You don't even know how much this means to me. How'd you do that? I pulled some strings and called in a favor. That's a huge lie, but she doesn't need to know. Most of the time, the prosecution wants to just be done with these cases, so they lower the charges when they get a lawyer like me that gets on their nerves just to avoid dealing with me in court. They still get fines and some kind of punishment, and I get a small win. I owe you so much. First, you make my bail, then you get my charges lowered. You are the best lawyer I could ever ask for. How can I ever repay you? We can discuss that later. For now, let's get through all the details. I need to know that you'll plead guilty for possession. Is that what you plan on doing? Yes, sir. I know I can't get out of this, so I'm going to own up to it and face the consequences. Good to hear. This will also please the judge. He will give you some kind of lecture about staying off drugs and all that. Then he will say that he's ready to give you 6 months in jail. But if you are willing, he'd prefer to sentence you to 1 month of rehab. But I can't leave my kids, she interrupts me. Let me finish. I say in a bit harsher tone than I mean to, but she stops. He is aware that you have kids and will give you day rehab, meaning you go to a facility for a few hours a day for the first month. Then after the month is up, you will need to go to AA meetings on a weekly basis for the next 6 months. You'll be assigned a rehab facilitator and will need to also meet with them once a month for the next 6 months. She opens her mouth, but I hold up a finger to stop her. Agreeing to this is the only way you avoid jail time, and it is better than probation. But if you fail to attend any of your scheduled meetings in the next 6 months, you will most likely get reported, and the judge will send you to jail. Maybe even for longer than the normal 6 months. He doesn't like it when people squander their second chances. Do you understand? Yes, but I'm almost done. Then you can ask your questions. You need to commit to this. If you fail, things will get much worse for you and your kids. You want to keep them. You have to stay clean. You will need to be drug tested at random for the next 6 months. You'll have to keep the meetings. Can you do this? Be honest with me, or it won't end well. I can. I will, she nods. I have to. Okay, good. When the judge offers this alternative, you need to thank him and appreciative and agree to the terms, all right? All right. He will then finish the ruling, and we will be done. You'll be given details of your rehab and meetings and sent on your way. No jail, no fine, okay? Yes, okay, thank you. That is all more than I expected. I am done. Now you can ask your questions. What if I can't find childcare for meetings? Most of these day rehabs will try their best to work with your schedule. But in the rare instance that you cannot, most will allow you to bring your kids sometimes, but not all times. I will really encourage you to make it to all of these meetings without your children if you can. These people want you to succeed. That is their whole purpose. She breathes a sigh of relief. Okay, that's good. But I thought you said there'd be a fine. The judge will recommend that your fine be the amount of your bail. So basically, you've already paid it off in the clear. Does that make sense? She nods. But I didn't pay the bail. You did that. How do I pay you back? I'll get a good job and pay back as much as I can each month till it's paid off. Can I do that? You could do that, or I have another idea that would require less of a monetary transaction. A way you can pay me back sooner. This is the part of meeting I was looking forward to. Okay? She sounds hesitant. I'm looking to have some needs fulfilled. That's, let's say, only a woman can do for me. I'm not sure what that means. I decide to be blunt to save time. You give me pleasure, and I'll forgive the debt. Her head tilts, and then her eyes go wide, and her mouth falls open slightly, but she says nothing. We can both benefit from this. Do this for me, and you won't have to pay me any money. Call us even. She just stares at me, no expression on her face. I have no clue what she's thinking. She could tell me to fuck off and leave, call the board on me for abuse of power, but none of them have ever done that so far. I know how to corner them and make them give in. Then she gives me a small nod. Okay, let's get to it. I roll my chair back and motion her over. Chapter 5. Today was a boring day. I was in meetings the entire time or doing paperwork, which I hate. Most of the time Vicky does all the paperwork, but there's some things she can't do, so I have to. I should consider hiring another lawyer, a hot one that I can mold. Vicky's just a paralegal, but has been my rock since I started my own firm. I worked for my uncle a few years out of college, but the guy's an asshole and plays by all the rules. I didn't want to have to, so I left and started my own place. Now I make twice as much as him. Business is good. The only problem with hiring another person is that you don't know what their morals are, and if I pick one that won't bend the rules, it could get me into trouble, and I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather just do the paperwork. Vicky left 2 hours ago, so I can't ask her to order me food, so I power through for 1 more hour, then head to the bar nearby. They have okay burgers, and I need a few. For a Wednesday night, it's a bit busy. There's a hot group of women in the corner celebrating something, and a few other chicks with dates. Nobody's sitting alone just yet, so I sit at the bar and order my food and slam a beer before I order a gin and tonic. This place usually has a great range of women to choose from. It's near campus, so it tends to have a younger crowd, but there's also a few large office buildings in the area, so you get the young business women too. No good-looking women that are alone in this entire place. It's a lot harder to get them when they have a friend. I can't distract both of them long enough to do what I gotta do. I wait and hope for the best as I eat my dinner. An hour later, I'm about to pay and leave, when a woman who was here with a man I thought was her boyfriend has also found herself all alone. The guy dropped a 20 on the table, said goodbye, and left. Must be coworkers. Now she's here without anyone, and a total hottie. Leggy, skinny, and a cute black pixie cut. Usually I don't even look twice at women with short hair, but this one's face is perfectly symmetrical with sleek cheekbones, huge eyes, and pouty lips. The haircut seems to accent her natural beauty. I go to the bartender. Can I get 2 mojitos? Also, I'll pay the tab. Don't want to worry about having to pay the bill while I'm in the swing of things. Coming right up. He gets to work and produces 2 drinks and the bill. I sign the thing and grab the drinks, pouring the clear liquid into the right one on the way over. It's taken lots of practice to be able to add this to drinks in the discreet way. She's staring down at her phone. I saw your drink was empty, so I hoped you'd accept a full one for me. If not, and you'd like to be alone, I totally understand. I found that if you're too pushy or show arrogance, they tend to tell you no. But if I act timid and caring, they almost always accept. She looks up and gives me a once-over. I guess I could drink one more, but only one. I give her a magnetic smile. It pays to be good-looking. My name's Dave. I lie as I put her glass in front of her. Then I sit down and reach out a hand. I'm Bree. Nice to meet you. You work around here? I don't really care, but asking women about themselves seems to get them to relax and open up to me. Yeah, I work at a tech company a few blocks away. I'm in marketing. Do you like it? Yeah, the pay's good, company's nice, and I like creating. What do you do? She takes a drink. I hesitate to tell her the truth. People either love or hate lawyers, but I'm too tired to put up an act, so I won't have to. I'm a lawyer. She raises an eyebrow. You represent the good or the bad? I'd say good, but you'd probably say bad? She grins. You might be surprised what I think. Oh, really? I grin. Do tell. Well, you probably get people telling you that the prosecutors are the good lawyers, keeping the bad guys in jail. Many people think defense lawyers are trying to set all the criminals free. What do you think? She laughs. I think the whole justice system sucks and lawyers all do shady stuff to win. It's all about the win for you and not if the person deserves punishment or not. Am I right? She takes another drink. I smirk. Partly right. I do want to win, but mostly because I think everyone deserves a second chance, or I believe they are innocent and don't want them to be punished for doing nothing wrong. Sounds a little altruistic. A little, I guess, but it's the truth. It is so far from the truth. I'm in it for the win and the money. I couldn't care less if they're guilty or innocent. I just want to win. You good at marketing? I'd rather not talk about myself. The less she knows about me, the better. I am. I have an eye for what people want and how to get them to buy products or want the things I'm hired to advertise. What's a typical day for you? Nothing's really typical, but I spend most days researching customers or what people like, analyzing data online about potential buyers, plan on advertising, marketing plans, or meeting with clients. Most of my time is spent analyzing data, which sounds boring, but I really like that part. That stuff's going to kick in soon, so I gotta move this along. Sounds interesting. I just thought you'd spend all day making up dumb commercial ideas. I chuckle at my own lame comment. She half smiles and rolls her eyes. I do that sometimes, too. She takes down the rest of the drink. I should get going. Thanks for the drink. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just making a joke. She's feisty. I like it. But I need her to stay just a few more minutes. Sure, but I don't find you funny one bit. She rubs her eyes. I don't have the energy to deal with this. I don't really date men. I prefer women. They are more sensual and giving than men, so you never really even had a chance in the first place. She grabs her purse and gets up, but sways a bit. Come on, I didn't mean it. I thought we were having fun. No, we weren't. Bye, Brock. She turns around and takes off, a bit uneasy on her feet, but she makes it out the door. I wait till the bartender looks away, then get up and casually stroll outside as fast as I can, worried she's going to leave before I can stop her or follow her. She's just getting into her car at the end of the parking lot when I spot her. I look around but spot no one watching and rush to her side. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you so mad. Just leave me alone, she slurs. You sure you're okay to drive? You seem a bit tipsy. I grab the handle so she can't close the door. I'm fine. She barely gets the words out. I'm slightly worried I put too much in there, but I can't really do anything about it now. You don't look fine. Let me help you. I said no. Her eyes are droopy and her hands fall from the steering wheel. It's time. I grab her hand, pull her out of the car. She's lucid enough to move with me, but not aware enough to know what she's doing. I shut her car door and lead her to mine, shove her in the back seat, and take off for home. It's always risky taking them to my house because they could wake up and see things they remember later, but that's unlikely. It feels safer to drive them into my garage, close the door, and take them into my house where I control the surveillance and narrative. Hotels always have cameras and too many people to try to avoid. Someone is bound to wonder why she's passed out and ask questions. No, home it is. Then I can do whatever I want with her using all the toys in my possession, over and over for hours till I'm satisfied. Then I take her back here and put her in her car. She'll eventually wake up or someone will find her. She might feel achy and a mess, but have no memory of any of this. Probably won't really remember talking to me at the bar. It's a perfect crime, and I get away with it every single time. Chapter 6. I get to my house, and I drive in the garage and shut the door. Once I forgot to shut it, and I had a neighbor walk by in that exact moment and ask me if I needed help. I told him no thanks, and he stood there and stared and asked if my date was okay. Clearly she was not, because she was passed out, but I told him she drank too much and I was putting her to bed, that we were fine. The asshole still stood there staring, so I said goodnight and shut the door on him. I've seen the dumbass around a few times. He just gives me a look. It pisses me off, and I never want it to ever happen again, so now I always remember to shut the door. Bree is completely dead to the world. Not literally, but you know what I mean. She's a human ragdoll, as I pull her out of the car and swing her over my shoulder to carry her inside. Where do I want to do this? Most times I take her into the bed, but that can get boring, so tonight I lay her face down, hanging half off the table. She's so out of it that nothing's going to wake her up, and doing it from behind lets me get in deeper without having to get intimate. Take a shot of vodka, grab the camera and tripod, and set that up facing us. Recording the act gives me the pleasure of reliving it each time over and over on my own. And it doesn't hurt anyone. It's for my pleasure alone. I unzip my pants and grab the lube. Condoms are too restrictive, so I prefer bareback. It's risky, but what's life without risk? She moans a little as I enter her, but then goes quiet. Sometimes I think in their subconscious they enjoy it. I mean, it's sex, and who doesn't like sex? Though I'll admit, I'm a bit selfish during the whole thing, though, and can get rough with them. But some women like it rough, too. Sometimes I give them a little less of the drug so they're lucid and can get into it with me, but depending on the girl, they can put up a little bit of a fight. If I'm in the right mood, then a little fight can be fun, but today was long, and I don't have the energy to deal with resistance, so I made sure to give her enough to put her out for a few hours. I want to enjoy myself, but the exhaustion of the day sets in, so after I use her a little, I pull out and enter in the back. This is almost always tighter, so I lose it quicker and come in 5 minutes. The whole time she doesn't move or wake up, so it's a bit boring, but still satisfying. Maybe next time I'll try a little less of the drug. The no condom thing is risky for many reasons, but the plus of wearing one is you don't have to leave any trace behind. Now I have to take a few extra steps to make sure I clean up all the evidence. It helps to know the law and what people can get away with. My ritual of cleaning her up isn't foolproof, and I'm sure there's still some DNA left in her, but it will be much harder for them to find it. Most times the women don't even report it. They remember nothing, have zero clues of who did it to them, and question if anything even really happened. It must really fuck up their psyche. Now comes the boring and riskier part. I need to drive her back to her car and get her into it without anyone asking me what the hell I'm doing. Sometimes a concerned citizen will ask if she's okay or tell me to call 911. I'm a smooth talker, so usually I can charm my way out of it and move them along. But one time, the tallest woman I've ever seen in my life walked towards us as I was getting her into the back seat. She started yelling at me, threatening me, getting in my face. Said she was calling the cops and pulled out her phone. I gave her my best smile, told her I was the woman's boyfriend, and that she just had too much to drink on an empty stomach. The chick was waking up and mumbling, but at least she wasn't making any sense. This crazy Amazon woman was not having any of it. Said she didn't believe a word I said and that I set her creep radar off, whatever that means. Nothing I was doing seemed to be working. Finally I said, okay, call the cops, but I'm taking her to the hospital on my own. Thankfully, I found the woman's keys in her purse, started the car, and drove off, hoping like hell that she either didn't call the cops or I got away fast enough that they wouldn't stop me. I was terrified, and my heart was beating like crazy, but I managed to drive around and find a hotel parking lot, pulled the car around, and parked in back, leaving her there and took off as fast as I could. It took me 10 minutes to walk back to the bar where my car was parked. Most of me thought the woman would still be there, or even worse, she'd be there with the cops, but nope, she left. So she either gave up or she called and gave them me and my car's description and left. For weeks, I freaked out anytime Vicky said there was a call or I had a visitor I wasn't expecting. But nothing ever came of it. No cops ever showed up at my door asking questions, and eventually I relaxed and got back into the swing of things. Now I take a few more precautions. I wear all dark clothes when I take them back, a hat and gloves, of course, park my car at the end of the parking lot or in a less busy, abandoned parking lot nearby. Then I go find her car and drive it to mine before putting her in it. This way, I have way less of a chance of someone catching me in the act. So far it's worked, and I haven't been seen since. The longer I do this, the better I get at it. I've always been someone who learns from my mistakes, so I never make the same one twice, or haven't so far. I get my black sweats and hat on before I carry her out to my car and head off. I'm tired and would rather just leave her on a park bench along the way, but that's even riskier, so I take the 15-minute drive back. Next time, I'll go to a bar closer to home, make the return trip easier on myself. There's only 2 other cars in the parking lot, so when I get there, I almost park next to her car just to get it over with, but force myself to play it safe. Laziness never pays out in the end. I start to panic when I realize I don't have her purse or keys, but remember I grabbed her from her car before she left, so they must still be in there. I pray they are. Even though I have zero belief if any so-called gods out there, only gullible idiots believe in that shit. Sure enough, I find her purse in the passenger seat and keys laying next to it. I get in, start the car, and drive over to mine. Transfer is quick, and I take off. Another successful night, and now I'll sleep like a baby. She'll wake up in her car, a little groggy, hungover, and wondering how much she had to drink to cause her blackout. Maybe she'll feel sore, but she'll probably push the worry aside since she's alone and safe. It's a perfect crime. One I've pulled off a few dozen times now. It gets easier the more I do it. Nothing'll stop me. I enjoy it too much. Chapter 7. I'm here to see Frank. Yes, Mr. Larson, he is expecting you. Go right in. Can I bring you a drink? An espresso would be great. Coming right up. His secretary gets up and heads to the coffee bar area as I head towards the office. I knock, then open the door. Brock, come on in and sit. Frank is my biggest client. The guy owns a shit ton of businesses in the area, has thousands of employees, which comes with its own legal issues at times. But the bulk of my business with him is representing his so-called bodyguards and assistants. Frank is what was most considered to be a mob boss, running real honest businesses out in the open, but he makes most of his money in the hiding. The guy's head of most of the crime within a 5-county radius at least. Drugs, weapons, women, you name it, the guy deals it. For the most part, he does a good job keeping it all secret, but once in a while his men get into some trouble and I help bail them out. Frank pays well, and the job comes with perks. Plus, I get an adrenaline rush from getting them off a crime they committed or winning the big cases in court. It's a thrill I'll never get tired of. Part of me was hesitant to get in business with a guy like this because they can try and control you or push you around, and I'm not good with authority. But the money was too good, and I like a little danger. We set terms that benefited both of us, and so far it's a sweet deal. Sure, he's threatened me a few times, but I've reminded him that I got so much dirt stashed away on him I could send him away for prison the rest of his life and ruin his business along the way, so we've come to an understanding. I'll do my job as long as he doesn't try and push me around like he does everyone else who works for him. He also knows that if he kills me, I've got sources who will leak all of his details. I don't actually, but he doesn't need to know that. White lies never hurt anyone. Gina knocks and then walks in with my espresso. Here you go, sir. Thank you. Frank waits for her to leave. Let's talk business. 3 things this morning. First, I've got a guy facing domestic abuse charges. He and the missus got into a fight and he pushed her around. She called the cops on him for the 3rd time, and now they're looking to press charges. He may be a dumbass for getting caught, but this is one of my best guys, so I'm going to need you to get him out of this. Can you do that? Sure can. That's an easy one. It's no surprise that a guy who breaks bones and kills people for a living would bring his work home and take it out on her. She just should have known not to get involved with a guy like that or provoke him into a fight. Second, got a mom and pop shop hindering my new land development deal with the city. They're the last business to sell their property and aren't budging for nothing. We've threatened them, done worse than threaten, offered serious cash, everything, but the couple's stubborn and dumb. You'd think they'd like the pain or torture with all I've done to them. I'd have them eliminated if I knew I'd get away with it, but first I want to try the legal approach. I was hoping you'd find some loophole in the system that force them to shut down the business. Is that something in your wheelhouse? That one will be tougher, but I can manage. There's a whole list of city ordinances that I can come up with. Then there's always new policies and paperwork issues that can arise. I'm sure I'll find something. I'll get on it right away. Good. You know, it's the last thing. He hesitates a second too long, so I know it's personal. My son's got himself into a bit of trouble. He and a girl went out partying. He brought her back to his place. She had a bit too much heroin, and in the morning he finally woke up from his bender. She was still out cold, foaming at the mouth, barely breathing. He called my guy, who took her to the hospital. She's still alive, but in a coma that she may never come out of. Turns out the girl's 17 and the daughter of a cop, one that I don't have in my pocket, who's found out she was with my son and looking to get vengeance. Needless to say, I can't have him getting into trouble. You know that. He's my only son and needs to take over the business one day. Can't have this ruining his reputation in life. I'm going to need you to pull a miracle on this one. He stares me down. I understand. I'll get the details and get work on it right away. I'm going to have to talk to him and the guy that called to take care of her. I figured. Gina will give you their details and they'll be available whenever you need them. This case takes priority over everything else. You got that? Take care of this first. Got it. He sighs. Good. I shake my head. That last issue is a bit more than you usually ask me, so I'm going to need a little extra payment this time. He smirks. Figured you'd say that. How much? I smile. This time, I'm not looking for money. He raises an eyebrow. Oh yeah? Let me guess. You want a shit ton of drugs and pills for a party, girls to go with? I shake my head again. Not quite. This one is a bit more sensitive. He leans forward, interested. Never asked for more than money and a few pills. Let me hear it. I know you let, say, shipments in of precious young ripe goods that are absolutely pure as gold. Let's just say I'm looking to tap into that gold for one night. Curiosity washes over his face. He wasn't expecting this request. I've been waiting for the right moment to ask it. You see, you know that's one of my most prized products. Men pay an obscene amount of money for that chance at tainting that purity. I nod, not saying a word. He's going to give me what I want, or his son gets into trouble. He purses his lips together, thinking it over. How young? Fantasies run through my mind, and I decide to go big. 14, 15? He nods, shuffles through some paperwork. Either get me to squirm under pressure, or buy time to think. Finally, he looks at me. We can make that work, but you gotta do it on our turf. That's the only way I can make sure I'm in the clear. Is that gonna work? That works. Good, we've got new product coming in on Wednesday. How about you meet Joe at the hotel at 7 on Thursday? Works for me. All right, here's files. Get any other details you need from Gina. He holds my folders. Remember, Johnny's case comes first. Deal with the rest when you've got his sorted. Got it. Take the folders and stand up to leave. He gives me a smirk. Never pegged you to have a taste for the young ones. I give my devilish smile. We all have our fantasies. He nods. That we do. I go get the bodyguard's info from Gina, then head out the door. This is going to be a good week. I've been waiting for the perfect time to ask this type of payment from Frank. I knew someone was going to mess up good enough to need some serious help. Now I get my chance of fulfilling one of my greatest sexual desires. I'll have to make sure to bring my camera for this one so I can replay the moment over and over again. Chapter 8. You sure she said she was 21? I asked Johnny. Of course. She even showed me her ID. I don't mess around. I'm not that dumb. It takes all of my willpower to not point out to him that obviously he is, or he wouldn't be in this mess. Okay, that's good. So you met her at the rave, took her home, did some heroin, then had consensual sex and fell asleep. Is that right? Yes, we had a few drinks there, danced a while, and came back here. She said she'd done the stuff before, so I figured she'd be fine. Plus, I had no idea she was 17. He puts his face in his hands. This is going to ruin my life. I don't argue with him. I've seen pictures of the girl, and there's no way anybody thought she was 21, but people ignore the obvious when it suits them. You're positive the sex was consensual, not rough or forced? He jerks his head up. No way, man. I don't do that. I'm not into that shit. That's fucked up. I just like to party and have fun and entertain the women. They seem to enjoy it as much as I do. Look, this chick got into the bar with a fake ID, suckered me into believing it too. She lied about everything, and now I'm up a shit creek. Fuck! And her dad's a cop. How the hell am I getting out of this? Most of me knows that men like Johnny have not always gotten consent, so he may act all high and mighty right now, but I know the truth. Most men will do whatever they can to a woman if they can get away with it. He can't tell me that there hasn't been a moment when he's had a woman passed out from drinking or getting high and used that to his advantage. He'd be lying. Everything's going to be fine. You need to trust me to do my job. Now, is it possible that this Lila brought the heroin to your house? No, like I said, I gave it to her. Let me make myself clear. Does anyone other than you know that you gave her the heroin? My dad and Jesse, the bodyguard. Did anyone else see you two doing heroin? He shakes his head. No, why are you asking me such dumb questions? This guy's a real Einstein. Let me spell it out for you. I need you to swear you never repeat anything I tell you. Got it? He nods. Okay. No one can prove that you were the one that gave Lila the heroin. It is your word against hers. She's not able to speak now and has already proven to be dishonest by using a fake ID. So your word is looking pretty good right about now. He stares, still not getting it. Your story needs to be the truth, and the truth right now is that Lila suggested you both go back to your place. When you got there, she pulled out a bag of white powder and proceeded to convince you to do heroin with her. Said it would be fun. You were hesitant, since you'd never done it before, but she pushed. So the sex would be better with it, so you gave in and tried it. The high hit you hard and you didn't really enjoy it so much, but she was loving it. She urged you to have sex, and after she took more heroin and you did not. Then you both went to bed, and next thing you know, she's out cold in bed the next morning. You panicked, called your bodyguard, got to the hospital as fast as you could. Am I clear? You're saying, for me to be in the clear, I need to say she gave me the heroin and she took more than me. I nod finally. Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying, and you can never repeat that I told you what to say. Do you understand? He nods. Yes, that's good. I get it now. My dad said you were good, but damn, that's some clever shit right there. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Now you need to make sure you get this story straight. Tell it to everyone you can. Repeat it often so it becomes second nature for when the cops question you or lawyers talk to you. Got it? Got it. But aren't they just going to say I'm lying? Sure as shit they are, but they can't prove it, can they? Can they prove that you gave her the drugs? I don't think so. Will your dealer say you got it from him? No way. I get it. I don't want to know where you get it from. All I need to know is that he won't talk. He won't. Okay then, so nobody else can prove that you gave it to her. Nobody can prove that she gave it to you. Like I said, it's your word against hers, and hers isn't looking honest right now. Okay, this is good. You've already gotten rid of any evidence, right? I think so. I got rid of all my drug paraphernalia and deleted pictures from my phone. Geez, you took pictures? Not many, just a few of us back here, to enjoy later. What did they show? Just her naked body in a video of, us doing it. Did she take any? I don't think so. Jessie said there wasn't anything on her phone, so we're good. Okay, next time use a regular camera, something that isn't your phone. Got it? It's too easy to trace things back to you if you use it for everything, or have a second burner phone. I've learned my lesson. I'm not taking women home ever again. Sure you will. Soon this will pass and you'll be clear of things and we'll move on to the next and the next. We always do. He shakes his head. This was all such a mess that we can clean up. Just try and be safer next time. He nods. All right, I gotta get going, but do a double check your apartment for anything that can make you look bad and get rid of it all. Keep repeating the new, clearer version of your story so it becomes second nature to tell. I'll get in contact with their lawyer and play hardball. Thanks, Brock. I owe you so much. Don't worry about it. I head out the door dialing a number as I go. Sandy picks up after 2 rings. What do you want, Brock? Oh, my. No hello or nice to hear from you? I know why you're calling, and I'm not falling for your charm. The kid's guilty, and you know it. I'm going to nail him to the wall. Not by what I'm seeing. From my end, it looks as though your client is a liar and a criminal. First, she gets a fake ID, then knowingly drinks alcohol underage. She lies to my client about that age and convinces him to take her home. Then she coerces him into taking hard drugs that he's never done in his life. My client was bamboozled by her, and she used everything she had to get him where she wanted him. This is all on her. She broke multiple laws, so I'm thinking you're the one who's going to be defending their client. Mine's innocent. All he's guilty of is falling for her charms. You're such a jerk, Brock. I mean, my God, this kid is 17. Yours is 25. All she wanted to do was have a little fun, and sure, she broke some small laws, but your client is the one who provided the drugs and got her high as a kite. This is on him, and you know it. Nope, you're wrong there. Your client brought them into my client's home without his knowledge and coerced him into taking them. Basically forced him to take them, and she initiated the sex. He was hesitant about it all. She's at fault here. You asshole. You know he's guilty, and you're going to let him get away with raping and possibly killing a young, innocent teenager. You're pathetic. Shame on you. She pushed my button this time. No, shame on you. Shame on you for trying to ruin this young man's life just to win. Your client is responsible for her own actions. Her actions got her into this, and her actions are trying to get a young, innocent man into trouble. Trouble that she caused. So who's really the one who should feel shame? You can either drop the charges or I'll see you in court, and you will lose. I guarantee it. I hang up, not wanting to hear her crap anymore. She has to know I'm right. Unless they have half a dozen witnesses that can say he forced her to do drugs and knew her age, they have nothing on him. From what I can see of the evidence, they only have her friends and witnesses, and all they know is she went home with them. Plus, every single one of them is underage with their own fake IDs, so they could get into trouble if they come forward to testify. I've got her by the balls, and she knows. God, I'm good. Chapter 9. With Johnny's case taken care of now, I decided to pay a quick visit to the Hernandez family, Juan and Rolanda. They own the corner store on 5th and Layton and are the only holdouts on the block left to interfere with Frank's business deal. I have no clue why. The place is run down, bricks crumbling, windows in need of repair, and empty buildings surrounding it all. The door chimes as I enter. "Good evening, sir," the man, who I assume is Juan, greets me at the register with a smile. "Hello, Juan, is it?" I stride over. His smile falls. "Yes?" I get straight to the point. It catches most people off guard, so I like to use it as often as I can. It gives me the upper hand. "My name is Brock Larson, attorney for Frank Xavier." His face turns red with anger. "Not this again. I've told that man and his thugs to leave me alone. I'm not selling the place. No amount of torture or blackmail or whatever he wants to do to me is going to get me to take his money. I'm not moving. He'll have to kill me first." He raises his chin in defiance. "I'm not here to convince you to sell. I'm here to inform you that you're in violation of City Building Safety Code 234.5678 for not attending to the deterioration of this building." "What? No way," he interrupts. "I'm not finished. You are also in violation of Sanitary Code Violation 345.3948, Fire Safety Code 387.8276, and Environmental Code 178.287. You officially have 10 days to rectify these violations, or your business will be shut down and you will be evicted from this building and left for the city to deal with as they see fit." "But I own this building outright. This is my property. You can't just kick me out." He shakes his finger at me. "How dare you? You're scum, just like Frank. Who do you have under your thumb to get the city to do this to me?" "It's not my fault you failed to comply with city codes, Mr. Hernandez. Operating a business with such safety and health violations is a breach of trust for the entire community. You should be ashamed of running such a sketchy business in the first place. You're lucky no one has gotten hurt or had reason to sue you yet." "I'm going to the city right now and get this sorted out. I can fix this. You're a lying sack of shit, just like the rest of them. This can't be true." "You sure can try, but the city officials are the ones who decided you were in violation, so I'm not sure they'll be very happy with you telling them they are incorrect." I take out some paperwork. "Here's the official paperwork. You'll also find in there assessments for how much it'll cost to fix each of these violations in full in order for you to continue to be operational. As you can see, the structural damage of this building alone will cost you about $500,000 to fix, not to mention the several $100,000 it would cost to replace the electrical wiring and plumbing to continue to be up to code within the city's guidelines. Those full of descriptions are also in that paperwork. Plus, you only have 10 days to do it. I hope you have a good loan accountant to get you money fast, a good plumber to get this entire place reworked, a quick electrician who can get to your wiring immediately. Oh, and I've heard it can be quite a headache to even find a company that will do foundation work anymore. But I'm sure you'll figure it all out in 10 days. I'm being rude, of course, but this guy needs to know we have him and he's just got to give in and sell the place. He's out of ways to avoid Frank." He starts to shake in either anger or frustration. "You can't do this. This is too much and not enough notice. This can't be legal." "I assure you it is. The city codes are all there for everyone to see, and as a business owner, you agree to abide by them. When you don't, the city has it well within their right to give you a fair notice in order to rectify it. The rules and laws must be followed to ensure the safety of the community." "This is bribery or extortion. This can't be legal. I'll get you for this." I ignore his despair. "I hope you have enough money to get this done in time and you don't lose it. But for some reason you cannot come with the funds. My client is willing to give you a fair offer to take this place off your hands. I'd take it if I were you. Otherwise, you'll risk losing it all." You are never getting this building. I will die before I get up. I will never sell. That's your choice, but do know that if you do not fix these issues within the 10 days, the city will declare this building condemned and will order your evacuation, meaning you can no longer do business or live here. I've learned that they live in the apartment above the store. Once the building is declared condemned, the city will also most likely move ahead with demolition services. They would take over the land and reimburse you for the value of the land minus the cost of demolition and other fees. In the end, you probably won't get much, but at least enough to cover your life for a month or two. He's shaking his head and muttering something under his breath in Spanish that I can't understand. Vete a la chingada. I ignore his insult. You can avoid the headache of all of this if you just accept the very generous offer my client has given you to sell it to him. This offer has of course gone down some, since it has been discovered how much disarray this building is in, but you'll see it's still a fair offer, and much better than what you'll get once the city's done with it. You are a bad, bad man. Do you even care that you're helping this man ruin people's lives? He shakes a finger at me. You are as evil as he is. I think we have different definitions of ruining people's lives. We are in the business of helping people and the community. This entire block is old and crumbling down around us. It is a health and safety hazard, which you don't seem to care can hurt people. Mr. Xavier is planning a beautiful community building in this location that will revitalize the entire city, and you alone are holding this development back. You are the one who does not care about other people. You are only thinking of yourself, and what for? Pride? Stubbornness? I don't think people living here will agree with you or think this is best for them, especially when they will enjoy what is being created for them in its place. Just take the deal and start a new life. I for one think Frank is giving you more than this place is worth, so you're lucky he's being generous. Give it up, Juan. I've got you backed in a corner and you have no way out. Frank is giving you a way out. Take it. Call me once you've let it sink in. I flick my card onto the counter, spin around and walk out before he can respond. Chapter 10. To celebrate my productive day, I decide to head to the club. I usually save these trips for weekends so I can have my pick of women, but today was exhilarating and I'm feeling lucky. It's not every day that you can get your boss's son out of almost killing a cop's daughter, let alone blame the whole mess on her, then go and solve his biggest business issue with a simple code violation, all while simply playing in the gray area of the law. It's not illegal for my client to lie to me with details and defend him with the information I have while using the same lack of details against the prosecution. It's also purely legal to alert the city of a few major safety issues of a local business. The couple should have been keeping up with the building's failing infrastructure. This was on them. With all this success, I'm thinking I may have to up my request to 2 young girls from Frank. He's got enough girls. I just saved his ass twice in one day. For a late Tuesday night, the club's quite busy. There's a group of women out on the dance floor shaking their asses to some techno song. I hate this kind of music, but put up with it to get women. Get a drink and take my time searching the crowd. There's a group of women on the dance floor with a few men sort of hovering around them, hoping to join in. There's 2 women at a table in the corner and a few along with some men huddled at a standing table. I finish my drink and consider buying the 2 women at the table drinks and spiking them both. Could get a fun threesome going if I get the dose just right. But if I put in too much, then I have 2 passed out women to deal with, and that could make things difficult. It may be my only option here. Then a petite blonde in a miniskirt and tight tank top walks in all alone, and now I've hit the jackpot. She sits at the bar a few seats down from me. The bartender gets her drink order and brings her back the martini. She takes a sip and looks around. I glance down at my phone to appear busy, not watching her every move. She takes another sip and checks her phone. Whatever message she received was not good. She scrunches up her face as she reads it. This is my cue. I get up and walk over. Everything okay? I force concern on my face. She looks up, still annoyed. What? You look like you got some bad news. I'm just making sure everything's okay, but never mind. I pretend to walk away, knowing this move works on all of them. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I'm meeting 2 friends here, but one just canceled and the other's going to be late. That's too bad. What terrible friends, I fake sympathy, right? And it's my birthday. Then it's even more rude of them. I know. I never ask anything of them, so you'd think that since it's my birthday, they do everything they can to celebrate with me and make it fun. Maybe you need new friends. Maybe I do, she grins. To new friends, I hold up a glass. She taps hers against mine. To new friends. Happy birthday, by the way. Thanks. Is your friend still coming at least, the one that's late? As far as I can tell, but who knows, she shrugs. Can I keep you company till she shows? She smiles. Sure. My name's Bobby. I never give out my real name when I plan to take them home. Miranda. What do you do, Miranda? I'm a dental hygienist. How about you? I'm in marketing. Cool. So you make advertisements? Kind of. More like how businesses do online marketing. Oh, cool. Of course it's boring, but I don't want her to remember too much about me. Do you want to dance? I ask. She grins. Yes. No part of me wants to dance, but I need to get her away from the bartender. I need to get her hot and thirsty so I can get her something to drink. Let's go. I lead the way. At least the next few songs are ones with a good beat. Miranda's a great dancer and knows how to shake her ass. It takes all my willpower not to grind up against her, but I need to look like a gentleman, so she continues to trust me. She smiles and shakes her ass, and I grin back, trying my best not to look like a fool. 5 damn songs later, she motions for me to come closer. I need to use the ladies' room. I'll be back. I nod. Okay, want another drink? Sure, she smiles and takes off. Now's my chance. I rush to the bar and order 2 martinis. He seems to take forever, and I think there's no way he's going to be done before she gets back. But finally, he slowly pours the mix into 2 glasses and pushes them towards me. I give him 2 20s and hurry over to an empty table near the dance floor. I glance around and see her just leaving the restroom. Shit, I need to hurry. I pull out the bottle and pour the whole thing into her drink. The drink on the right. Always the drink on the right. That's routine, so I never get them confused, then shove the bottle back in my pocket. Thanks. I almost jump at her voice, but managed to control myself. I saw you had a martini earlier, so that's what I got. I hope that's okay. I hand her the drink. It's great. I take a sip of mine. You're a good dancer. She grins. You too. Most men don't. We are not naturals, I agree. I think they just don't know how to let loose and go with it. True. She's not much of a talker. Most women like to fill the silence with noise, but not her. The drug needs to kick in fast. I'm already bored with her and want to get her home to do my thing. She looks at her phone and frowns. Not good? Not good for her means good news for me. My other friend just bailed. Such bitches, she whines. It's a bit of a turnoff, but I'm already headed down this path and have nowhere else to go, so I move ahead. That really sucks. I'm sorry your friends suck so bad. Me too. She pouts and downs the rest of her drink in 2 gulps. Dance with me. She grabs my hand and pulls me out. None of me wants to dance anymore, but what else can I do? I need to wait for it to kick in. 3 songs later, she's swaying slower and her eyes are getting droopy. Hey, you want to go get some water? I ask. She nods. She seems more out of it now, and I hope I didn't wait too long. I grab her hand and pull her out the door as fast as I can. She blinks and looks around a little confused. I thought we were getting a drink. We are. I have 2 bottles here. I just needed some air is all. I continue to walk her to my car, thankful that the drug makes them easily persuaded to do what I tell them. Their brains alert them that something's wrong, but it's too slow for them to react in time to stop anything. I think we should go back inside, she mumbles as I get my door unlocked. It's going to be fine, I say in a gentle tone. Just sit here. Put her in the passenger seat. She's almost passed out. Just a few more minutes and she'll be out. I don't, she mumbles, but I can't make out what she says. I pick up her feet and help her get them in the car and then shut the door and rush to the driver's side and get in to take off. Chapter 11. I see police lights in my rearview mirror. Fuck! This is the last thing I need right now. I pull over and panic a little as he walks towards my car but roll down my window. License and registration? He says to me. What seems to be the problem, officer? I ask in the calmest tone I can muster. You swerved a little back there and then did a rolling stop. Oh, did I? I try to act innocent but can tell it's not working on the man. Yeah, you did. I have dash cam footage if you need proof. Put my hands up in surrender. No need for that. Sorry about the misunderstanding. I'll make sure to drive better from here on out. License and registration, he repeats, then peers into the car and spots my passenger. The petite blonde woman I just gave drugs to and stole from the bar, dressed in a barely there tight red dress, passed out in the passenger seat. Nothing to panic about. I try to calm the pounding heartbeat in my ears, but my nerves are shot and I feel my hands shake a little. Is she okay? He asks. I look over and panic rises in my throat. That's my girlfriend. She had a little too much to drink. I'm getting her home to put her to bed. Force a toothy grin. She's completely passed out, thank goodness. I would not want her to be able to speak to the cop right now. What's her name, he asks. Miranda? Miranda... I never got her damn last name. Smith. Miranda Smith. I'm going to need her license as well. That's not something we can provide. She didn't bring her purse and doesn't have her ID with us right now. Plus, Officer Rowland, I'm a lawyer and know she's not legally obligated to give you a license and she is not the one currently driving. I love it when I can reset my rights back to the cop. This guy's pissing me off, and I need to get home to finish enjoying my night. He gives me a hard look, but he's not going to let any of this go. This guy's a total dick on a power trip of some kind. I'm going to ask you to step out of the vehicle. Can I ask why? This is something he can make me do, and if I don't comply, he can force me to go to the station, but I'm not about to make it easy on him. Most cops are assholes, so I do everything in my power to get under their skin. Two can play this game, and I'm going to be the one to win. He stares me down, annoyed that he has to give me a reason for this request. You were swerving in traffic, and now I met your girlfriend having been drinking, so I'm going to require you to do a sobriety test. Fine, but I'm sober, and this is a waste of both our time. I shrug, get out of the car, and slam the door shut. None of this disturbs Miranda, thank goodness. I can't have her waking up here. You may already know the drill, but please walk heel to toe in a straight line, then turn around and come back. I do as I'm told with no issues. I only had 2 drinks, and it was over an hour. I don't feel a buzz anymore. The adrenaline kicked in and ruined that for me. Tilt your head back and count to 30. He stares me down, daring me to object. Again, I do the dumb test and pass. Stand on 1 foot. I want to tell him to fuck off or I'll pull strings and ruin his career, but I do as I'm told. Once more with no swaying or a loss of control. The faster I do this, the quicker he'll let me go and can leave me alone. I told you I'm perfectly fine. Can we please go now? You can get back in your car. I'll be right back. It's a waste of time, but he still goes back to his car to run the paperwork on me. 5 minutes later, he walks back. You're free to go. Please drive safely. Will do. I salute him with a grin like an asshole and take off. Of course he let me go. I'm pretty sure I never swerved, and the guy was just being a dick, like most cops. I'm going to look up Officer Rowland tomorrow and see what I can do to make his life hell. It pays to be a powerful defense lawyer and have a city mob boss in my corner. I try my best not to speed home. She seems passed out enough, but you never know their tolerance and how long it'll knock her out, so I gotta move quick to get what I want from her. We pull into my garage 10 minutes later. I hurry to her side, drag her out of the car. She's so limp, she almost seems dead, but I can see her breathing. Instead of trying to walk her inside, I throw her over my shoulder and walk into the house after pushing the garage door closed. Shit, I'm making dumb mistakes. Should have closed the door before I grabbed her from the car. The cop pulling me over is throwing me off my game. I need to be more careful. She's not heavy, but I'm glad when I get to the couch in the living room and can put her down. Drop her on the couch, but she doesn't wake up or even move a muscle. I may have given her too much, since she's smaller than most of the women I take home. But some of them can have a high tolerance, so I have to make sure I give it enough for it to work. I can't have them fighting me the whole time as they put them in the car. I'm not usually into that, even though it can be a turn-on in the right moment. I like them uninhibited and willing to let me do anything I want to them. If they fight, it can cause a scene, and we don't want that. I make sure I have the camera set up with perfect angle and good lighting, then I take off my belt and start to undo my pants. All of a sudden, there's a loud bang coming from the backyard. I look over but don't see anything. There's not too many lights in here, but still enough for it to be hard to make out anything that would be out in that darkness. No more noises, so I turn back, not willing to let anything stop my agenda. Pull the top of her dress down past her breasts. I knew she wasn't wearing a bra. She's got nice big tits and was asking for her the way she's dressed. Then something hits the patio door. What the hell is going on out there? I don't live in a rural area and rarely see wildlife out there, but you never know. Could be a raccoon or something. Can't have it ruining my shit. I unlock the door and pull it open. Who's out there? Nothing. No noises, no movement, just silence. Who's out there? I demand, but get no response. I said, who's out there? I'm pissed now. Show yourself. I stomp out onto the patio, hoping to scare away whatever interrupted my moment, then spot a rush of movement to my right. Turn to look, but it's too late. Pain shoots through my neck, then I black out. Chapter 12. Pain wakes me, but I'm having a hard time forcing my eyes open. What the hell? What's wrong with me? I try to bring my hand up toward my eyes, but something's holding them behind my back. My throat is throbbing, and I'm laying on a hard surface. I manage to get my eyes open and find that fucking asshole cop standing above me looking around the room. He's wearing gloves and shoe booties. What the shit is this? What kind of nightmare did I just wake up to? It's you, I say through gritted teeth. He turns to look at me with wide eyes, then all I see is a foot coming towards my face before everything goes dark again. My head throbs. I need to get up and take something for this headache. Good morning, sunshine, I hear. I force my eyes open. What the fuck? Pain shoots through my head and neck. Yep, it's me, Officer Roland. Yeah, I got a bad vibe from you that I couldn't shake, so I followed you home and watched you haul this poor passed out girl into your house and proceed to try and rape her. Not good, man. Not good at all. No, I wasn't going to do that. You don't know what you're talking about. She's my girlfriend, by the way. You and I both know she's not. I bet you think you're too good to tie yourself to one woman, or more likely you think you're too good to lower your standards to date these women. You just want to use them and abuse them. What did you give her? Nothing. I didn't give her anything. I told you she drank too much. Bullshit. You spiked her drink or convinced her to take some kind of drug to make her pass out. What kind of sicko wants a woman passed out and non-reactive during sex? A huge fucking weirdo. That's who. And that weirdo is you, my friend. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't know anything. No, I know exactly what kind of messed up freak you really are, and you're about to see what kind of psycho I can be. Wait, let's talk about this. We can talk this over, come to an understanding, and both go about our separate ways. This doesn't have to be anything. You have no idea what you saw, but I can see how it was misinterpreted. I can forgive and forget. Everything is fine. It was consensual, untie me, and we can forget this thing ever happened. Tug at my arms a little, realizing I'm not going to get out of these binds by myself. He tied them so damn tight they feel like they're cutting off my circulation. You see, Brock, I'm almost certain that you're not the forgiving type. No, this is the end for you. There's no going back, no pretending, and no moving on. For me, yes, but I will never forget you. You're crazy, I scream and thrash around, hoping the zip ties come loose. Yeah, I know that. I already admitted it. Keep up, Brock. I thought you were a smart lawyer. Fuck you, I spit at him. Looks like you're not going to be doing any more fucking from now on. No women will have to endure your kind of hell anymore. You don't know me. Oh, I do, Brock. You are a rapist, a serial sexual predator. You have probably been abusing women your whole life, overpowering them, bullying them, and coercing them into having sex with you. You get off on it. Probably can't even have a normal sex anymore because the thrill and adrenaline rush don't even come close to this. You love the power you have over them, and it's sick and demeaning, but you like that. You like making them feel like crap and less than. You, my friend, are the real crazy one here. I mean, what kind of loser gets off on raping passed out women? You're such a freak, but I think you know that. You know it and hate yourself for it, but don't try to get better. You just use that hate to keep hurting them. Well, not anymore. Tonight is your last ride. Don't. Please don't. I can get better. Yes, I need help, but I'll get it. I'll do better, I promise. No, I'm afraid you won't. You can't fix your kind. You can only put them down. Then he plunges the knife into my gut and pulls it back out. I cry out in pain. Asshole! Help! Help! Someone help! I scream out as loud as I can, hoping maybe a neighbor can hear me. This causes him to stuff a rag down my throat to muffle the sounds. You just lost the privilege of speaking. If you can't play nice, you won't play at all. I'm so tired of your kind, Brock. Tired of guys like you hurting innocent women and getting away with it. You think you're hot shit and above the law, but not my kind of law. For people like you, I take the law into my own hands. I'm jury, judge, and executioner. We've already been through the jury and judge part when I witnessed you trying to take advantage of this poor helpless woman that you drugged in order to take home and rape her without her consent. Now, we are at the execution part, which happens to be my favorite part. You probably won't enjoy it as much as me, but that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping you feel a little bit of that pain and terror you cause these women. I hope you feel helpless and abused. I mean to abuse you, torture you, make you hurt in ways you never knew you could, and I'm going to enjoy it. Heart pounding and head throbbing, I stare at him in panic, letting out a scream that comes out muffled. He laughs. Yep, I'm fucked up, Brock. You're fucked up. But my kind of fucked up is helping the world. Yours is making it so much worse. I'm your worst nightmare and nothing's going to stop me. I hope you enjoyed your life because it's about to end. But not till I have my fun. He grabs one of my hands and sticks a needle under my nail. I scream out in pain, but it barely comes out past the rag in my throat. He grins and does another one. One by one, he sticks needles under my nails and leaves them there, making sure that every move I make causes more pain. The guy's a pure psycho. Then he roughly rolls me over onto my back, not caring that the needles on my fingers dig in farther or into my back as I roll onto them. Fuck! I try to yell, but it comes out as a noise. This is the fun part. He pulls up my shirt to my neck and proceeds to dig into my chest and stomach like he's writing out a note. I pass out from the pain. Someone is slapping my face. Wake up, Brock. I can't have you missing out on all the fun. Fucking psycho cop. Good, you're back. He gets back to working, carving out the rest of his words. It's painful as fuck. I wish you'd just kill me already. Almost passing out again, but not lucky enough. He stands up and stares down at me. That looks great. Here, let me get you a mirror so you can check out my masterpiece for yourself. He leaves and comes back with the mirror I have above the table near the front door. Here you go. Take a look. He holds it above me. At first, all I see are red marks scratched everywhere. I squint and make out the words. I'm a fucking rapist, carved into my body. Looks fitting, am I right? Roland grins at me with the creepiest expression I've ever seen. It terrifies me. What else is this man going to do to me? This is the end. An end I didn't deserve. This fucking asshole's taking me in the prime of my life for shit I did that isn't so bad just 'cause he's on a damn power trip. I kick and wriggle to try to get out of the ties, but nothing budges. The needles on my fingers cause searing pain to shoot up my arms. Fuck this! I try to scream. Roland laughs. What's the matter? You don't like it? Maybe you should have thought that before you raped all those women, you dirty, sick bastard. He kicks me in the gut and then in the head, and I see stars and my vision starts to tunnel. I try to curl into a ball, but he just keeps kicking and kicking till I pass out. I'm in pain and in and out of consciousness. Each time I open my eyes, Roland is there staring at me with a creepy grin on his face. Night-night, Brock. I'm so glad my face is the last one you'll ever see. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll see lots of your friends when you go to hell. Pleasure doing business with you. The last thing I see is a knife plunged into my neck. The end. Thank you for listening to You Made Me Do It to Them, a psychological thriller by Tamara L. Adams. I hope you enjoyed. Check out the rest of the books in this series.